What exactly needs to happen for the cryptocurrency altcoin season to start? Here's the exact indicators I'm looking for. First thing you have to understand is that there has been a lot of volatility in the market because of the tariffs. We all know this, right? Trump put aggressive tariff. A tariff is basically a tax on foreign countries to do trade with us, right? And the market reacted in a negative way. This happened, the market dumped a lot with all risk on assets like the stock market and cryptocurrency. But Trump's team, the Treasury Secretary, is basically saying there's only going to be a one-time price adjustment. So there's like the initial volatility, but overall, Trump has pretty much tried to explain to people that these tariffs are going to make us rich. It's going to do well in the long term. So as we see this volatility, risk on assets falling and everybody freaking out, Trump goes to the Federal Reserve and he's like, hey, we need to lower the interest rates. And for people that don't understand what that means, interest rates are basically the cost of borrowing money. So people think when they print money, right, inflation rises. It's not actual printing. What happens is they're allowing people to borrow money for cheaper, like way cheaper. So there's a whole bunch of banks borrowing a whole bunch of money because interest rates are low. So Trump goes to Jerome Powell, like this guy runs the Federal Reserve, and he's like, hey, you need to lower the cost of borrowing money so that all this new money can flood into the market and prop up the stock market, lower the volatility, and essentially make things better because it's like an injection of liquidity. They're taking new money, putting it into the market, and then everybody kind of calms down. And they've used this in the past. Like this is kind of like what the Federal Reserve does. To calm down the market, they inject liquidity. But Jerome Powell's like, no, we're not going to do anything. We're going to wait for more data to come out. We're going to let the market do whatever it wants. We're not going to do anything. And so this right here, this right here is what I'm looking for, because I believe the same thing. I believe interest rates need to be very low for the market to flourish. For risk on assets, it needs to be very low. So we will officially find out what they do with interest rates on March 18th and 19th, 2025. And we'll see, do they drop interest rates to inject liquidity in the market? What are they going to do? That will give us a lot more clarity. And if you ask me again, the indicator I'm looking for specifically is 0% interest rates. But if you look out history, and I've studied this with intent, for 0% interest rates to happen, typically there's an emergency. They don't just lower interest rates to zero because they want to. That would cause a lot of inflation. What needs to happen is a monumental catastrophic fall. And that is the indicator I'm waiting for. I'm looking for panic. I'm looking for 0% interest rates. And then we will reset into the greatest altcoin season bull run we've ever experienced in our life. And I'm being patient. You need to be patient.